Hi guys, welcome to Healing Roots Botanicals. My name is Katora, and I don't know why I'm doing this. Probably because my son's girlfriend will be like, clock it. We're not going to clock it today. Well, maybe we are. I do have some tea. So guys, welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much for coming back. If you are a returning viewer or if you're a guest, thank you for being here. I'm so grateful for you guys. I wanted to just share a quick little message today. So you guys remember that little Begonia Rex? She died. She died, y'all. She died. So this taught me a lesson. This taught me a lesson about acceptance, you know, and how sometimes, so detaching is one thing, but accepting something is a completely different story. So I want to grab this little tray here, and I'm going to try to drop you guys a little lower. You guys forgive my mess. If you watched any of the other videos, you know that my patio has a ton of plant stuff, probably more than I need, and I'm always trying to organize it. So let's see, it's going to be 2. Sorry, y'all. I'm new to this. Okay. So let me see if I can wrap this up on my lap somehow. So guys, this little begonia, again, this is the Begonia Rex that I got off of the clearance rack, and I thought I was gonna save it, but clearly not everything is meant to be saved. And that's the lesson that this taught me, is that sometimes there are things in our life that our lives that we want to hold on to, maybe to validate us. You know, if I could have kept this alive, this would have validated my plant mom ego. However, what it taught me instead was a more important lesson that obviously I needed to know, and that is that sometimes things in life are just meant to die off. You know, like when I was looking at this, I was walking around doing some plant care, and I noticed, I was like, oh, you died? Oh my God, you died? And I actually went out of town to go visit my son, and I came back, and that's when I saw that she was dead, and I was like, oh God, she died. And I said, but you know what? I'm gonna examine her. And I thought I could examine her in an attempt to, like, maybe see if there's anything left to save. But as you can tell, when I pull this out, it's dry. It's dry. There's nothing here. Is that mold on there? I think that might be mold on there. It's dry and it's moldy. I hope you guys can hear me because everybody's air conditioner is on because it's so hot out here. But you see this, as you examine and you look closer, there's a recognition that there's nothing here to spare. Now I can recycle and reuse what I have created. I think I explained this in another video, that I've been trying to create like my own little system for like coming up with like self-draining potting and stuff. Pottages, I don't know, whatever that means, but potting, that's what I was trying to figure out. So I'm saving this because I have something else that I can put in that. I actually got a new baby that I can put in that. It's this. It's a pothos, but a variegated pothos of some sort, but I don't know the exact name. If you know, drop it in the comments, but it's beautiful. I love it. But this little begonia here, my friend, she has died off. Now, interesting thing is, as I'm pulling this up, she still has some red on her. I don't know, y'all. I might throw her in some Fluval and see if I can save her. I may wash all this off. Look, guys, I didn't even see. I wanted to examine her, but I wanted to do this on camera with you guys. But you see how there's like red here still? And she actually is red in color. I mean, her roots don't look rotted. I did get her off of clearance, so I'm gonna try to see if there's anything I can do with her. The lesson though in this that I learned immediately was to accept the fact that not everything is meant to be salvaged. That sometimes things, people, situations, relationships, experiences, jobs, career paths, all of the things that we're taught societally to chase and to seek after, not all of those things are meant to be permanent in our life. And I think sometimes we can establish residence in things and in relationships with people and situations where they're meant to expire. Everything has an expiration date, including us, right? And so with that, there's an acceptance of the fact that I can't save everything, and everything is not meant to be salvaged, that some things are better off left alone. And the scripture that always comes to mind, it came to mind immediately when I saw this begonia when I got back, I was like, this baby done died on me, was let the dead bury the dead. And that's such a significant scripture for me, because I have had a very hard time with detaching from things, detaching from people and experiences. Over the years has been something that's been very challenging for me, because I've struggled with people pleasing and codependency and the need to win and conquer. And in my day job, I'm a nurse, so as an RN, it's if you know, you gotta win, you gotta conquer, right? You don't want to lose a patient ever. Nobody wants to lose a patient. And there's something about this that feeds our egos. However, sometimes your ego can get you into trouble, because it's better for you to just release so that something new, something more powerful or beautiful can come into play. And honestly, when I was visiting my son, while this begonia was dying, unbeknownst to me, I actually saw another begonia, and it was on clearance. And I was like, clearance is the clearance rack, and you guys will figure that out by watching the channel. But anyways, I don't know if I said that earlier. I don't want to confuse anyone, but I saw it and I said, you know what? I have one at home. I'd rather start with the smaller one. This was a much fuller begonia rex. It was beautiful. It was in a different state, so I haven't seen any locally like this. Like I said, they had this little small one on the clearance rack that I tried to purchase and obviously save, but some things are just better left undone and left unsaid even, right? I keep hearing that. Some things are better left unsaid, left as is. And when you open yourself up to releasing the things that no longer are beneficial to your existence, then you can make room for and space for something that is meant to be present with you. And last night I went to the LMA concert, and I was overwhelmed in the room just by the fact that I have personally had to release and let go of unhealthy relationships, and now I have a beautiful relationship, one that I only dreamt of. And it is absolutely because of this lesson of me learning not to hold on to things in an attempt to save them when they're not worth saving. So that's what I learned from this begonia. It was a reminder to me to not allow my ego to suffer when things don't work out, to not allow my, inner child, that little girl within who feels like she's never good enough or she just can't get it right, to not allow those wounds to impact my ability to push forward and pursue better, greater, more, right? So if you struggle with that, just know that you're not alone and that I'm right here with you. And through our plants, we have so many beautiful, amazing lessons to learn. And the most beautiful part about planting and learning these lessons on how to heal and to recover from experiences is that not only are we living things, but these are living things as well. So it's almost like there's life that can be breathed right back into us through the very things that we see in our home. So now every time I see a begonia rex, trust me, the lesson of detaching and accepting, really acceptance of my detachment, is going to be a profound existence for me every time I see one of those plants. So I hope that these experiences will be the same for you moving forward. Thank you so much for being here. If you haven't already, please don't forget, or feel free to comment, like, subscribe. If you have experienced this lesson, just type or drop a check mark emoji or something in the comments to let everybody know that we're in this together, that we are sharing the same experiences, and help us to be able to see the humanity in one another. I think that helps us to be less judgmental and more embracing of the fact that each and every one of us have our own challenges and, you know, pains to endure, but also together, collectively, we can overcome these things. Okay, guys, I can talk a lot, as you can tell. Thanks for being here. Stay tuned. I'll see you next Sunday for another video. Have a great day. I hope life is treating you well. Bye-bye.